Good evening, folks. Welcome to this channel on Study Psychology the Easy Way. I am Manoj, clinical psychologist. Today, our topic is going to be on histrionic personality disorder. The word histrionic means dramatic or theatrical. Hysteria was once a popular word used in the ancient times to indicate what is currently known as the conversion disorder, where the anxiety or stress and distress is converted into either a specific type of behavior or a physical illness. Histrionic personality disorder by itself is a condition which is marked by intense, unstable emotions and a distorted self image. For people with histrionic personality disorder, the self esteem depends purely on the approval of others and it doesn't come from the true feeling of their self worth. They have an overwhelming desire to be noticed and they often behave dramatically or inappropriately to get attention. And the irony is that they never realize that their behavior and way of thinking is happening in a problematic way either to themselves or to others. Now, what are the behavioral and social manifestation of this people with histrionic personality disorder? People with histrionic personality disorder always want attention all the time, and they consciously and actively seek it out. They are usually very conscious about how they look all the time, and also they make sure that they are very attractive to people around them. They also tend to behave in exaggerated way and may always seem highly excited in order to get attention of others. People with the histrionic personality disorder can be very showy, extravagant, and theatrical. And most of the time, they will be exhibiting an exaggerated degree of emotional expression, whatever the nature of emotion may be. They are also very uncomfortable in the situation where they feel that they are not the center of attention. Parallelly, their emotional expression is also vague, shallow, and lacking in detail on why this level of intensity they are actually having when they are expressing their emotions relating to any specific event. This also gives them an appearance of being hypocritical and insincere in their relationship and in the way they express their ideas, thoughts, etc. People with this personality disorder, the histrionic personality disorder, are often quite flirtatious and seductive. They like to dress in a manner that draws attention towards them. Sometimes the dress may be a very extravagant one, something that is totally unique from the normal patterns, something different in the the nature of social environment they are in, or sometimes even very exposing so that the attention is drawn to them. They also might appear to be fine one moment and then suddenly burst into tears when they are told that they can't do something, or when they are told that they have not been able to get the attention what they really expected to get. And they also have a trouble in maintaining relationship because of how they behave. The relationship also get affected primarily because of the drama and the exaggerated emotion how they express often embarrasses their friends and acquaintances. Because let's say in a situation where they find somebody, they meet somebody, they may embrace even a casual acquaintance with excessive passion and enthusiasm, or may solve uncontrollably over even some minor sentimentalities. People with a histrionic personality disorder can appear inconsistent and indecisive, be it their behavior, be it their emotionality, be it their relationship, be it the way they express their needs and requirements, and be it the way they try to project themselves. Everywhere an inconsistency and an indecisiveness of what they should be doing is very prominently seen, and and it can be very observed very easily. Their behavior style also often gets into the way of truly intimate relationship, because any person who wants to be in a relationship with a person with histrionic personality disorder are uncertain about when what is going to happen. But at the same time, these people with histrionic personality disorder are very uncomfortable of being alone also. People with histrionic personality disorder tend to feel depressed when they are not the center of attention, especially because they feel that they have been taking a lot of efforts, they have been spending a lot of energy in making themselves very attractive, and in spite of all the efforts, they are unable to get the attention. When they are in relationship, they often imagine the relationship to be more intimate in nature than it actually is. Even in casual contact, they tend to develop an irrational belief that the relationship is intimate, and there's a lot of attachment between both the person with the histrionic disorder and the person in the relationship, and they expect the other person to also reflect the relationship with the same intensity. And even when it doesn't happen, they try to convince themselves in some way or other that the intensity of the relationship is there, but it is not being expressed only. People with histrionic personality disorder also tend to be very suggestible. They are easily influenced by the suggestions of other people's opinions of other people's, and also they try to act on the suggestions and opinions, because they feel that by doing so they would be able to get they will be able to prepare themselves in such a way that they can become the center of attention. Now coming to the diagnostic criteria, according to DSM, there should be 5 or more of the following signs of excessive emotionality and attention seeking behavior shown in many contexts, starting from the teenage to the early adulthood. One, the most important part or most important criteria is the strong need to be the center of attention wherever they are. Then the next one is generally the tendency to have trying to be inappropriately sexually seductive in their behavior whenever they are in a social situation. Then rapidly shifting the expression of emotions from one level to the other, and also presenting it in an exaggerated way. The other signs which we need to look for is one, using physical appearance to draw the attention of others towards self, speaking excessively, which is in an unfocused manner without any specific details in the content of the speech, then exaggerated theatrical emotional expression, people being highly suggestible, especially on the context of how they can get attention from others, and also the way they misread the relationship as more intimate than what it actually is. What are the causes or the etiology of histrionic personality disorder? One, hereditary factors, especially the child who has the parents having this histrionic personality or histrionic personality disorder are found often to exhibit the same type of disorder. Then the childhood relationship and experiences in which they feel ignored or being overlooked, and significant attention is given to others in their presence even though they have been trying to do the best. Then trauma associated with physical or sexual abuse, and also associated with body shaming. To some extent, environmental and cultural influences have also found to have a role in histrionic personality disorder. In some instances, the social learning is also found to be an important factor, where a child observes uh, the histrionic behavior of people around them, or the way popular people try to have the attention focused on them by the way they dress or by the way they present themselves, and try to imitate the behavior and the attitude of the people whom they feel are getting the attention. Um, Generally speaking, actually, the exact cause of histrionic personality disorder or any other personality disorder for that known is not, it isn't established. But by observation and by looking at the history of the people with the personality disorder, we come to a conclusion that these are the possible reasons, these are the possible causes why they develop the disorder. Just like any other personality disorder, even in histrionic personality disorder, the intervention needs to be a long-term one, and the focus primarily being on developing adaptive tendencies in them rather than trying to actually cure or completely change the personality factors in the person. The major focus is one, reducing the emotional distress associated with the relationship, associated with how they feel about the relationship, associated with the sense of being ignored. The other important area is developing adaptive coping skills and also social skills, because with proper social skills, they generally tend to um, be among people, mix among people, and try to feel more comfortable in the presence of others. And there's also significant focus that should be given on improving the self-esteem. The other area of focus is helping them to understand the role and the pattern of functioning in stressful situations, so that they can also find some appropriate stress management techniques which can help them to relieve them of the stress and helping them to understand, helping them to become aware of the intensity of their emotional expressions and actions, so that they can consciously develop control over how their emotions are expressed. The systematic psychotherapeutic intervention may be primarily the psychodynamic therapy, which is based on the psychoanalysis, where the person is allowed to probe into his past and then get ventilate his the distress he has experienced in the past on various situations where they have been ignored, and trying to develop an adaptive tendency towards those situations. Cognitive behavior therapy, especially focused on addressing the irrational belief systems about attachments in relationships. Interpersonal therapy to develop better, reasonable, rational relationship with people. Dialectic behavior therapy focused on frustration tolerance, mindfulness, being mindful in the situation so that they don't get carried away easily by their emotions. And to a very great extent, the group and family therapy have also found to be useful in helping histrionic personality disorder adapt themselves to normal environment.